You think you might know about the car rebuilding scene on YouTube. Well, today I am actually here to show you the untold truth, what they don't show you when they're rebuilding stuff like this. And trust me, you are not gonna like it. They make it look glamorous, but is it though? What you see on YouTube with Armstrong, with Tavarish, with Slix, Auto Alex and all of that, all you see is condensed down. I don't want to discourage anyone from car rebuilding or even car flipping in that sense. But I don't want anyone to think that it's all bed of roses, because it's really not. And you are about to find out. There's me thinking that, okay, I can just replace the bumper, I can just replace the front end and also fit some mods on this engine. Thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this out in a month. But it's been sat here for 2 months and from the looks of it, it's nowhere near from finishing. And if you are looking at this from flipping side of things, if you just want to quickly sell the car, it could actually set you back, because there are things that you later on find out. As you strip the car, you will find more and more things that is actually broken with the car. That can throw you off, and next thing you know, you're not in profit anymore. That being said, let's hurry up and get the car going. Let's get to it. So we've got something very exciting that we're picking up today, and I cannot believe it. I'm so excited about this. I know it's second hand, but this is probably like, I picked it up for a good price, so come have a look. Look at that. So this is the door, I believe, Ultra Flow, and we've also got a 5-inch cat. And it's actually off of an M240i. So guys, if you need something for an M140, if you need a B58 engine, this man here, how much are you selling it for? 1800 for the B58. The only reason why he's selling that, because he's had a car crash and he had a side damage over here. And if you want the whole car, I think, how much would you sell it for? Yeah, cheap. Yeah, there you go. But I'm taking the good stuff for the time being. So that's the door, Ultra Flow, and also the decat, and his stage 3. This would be a stage 3 high pressure fuel pump, isn't it? Yeah, we're here at Armstrong, and they actually do a lot of stuff here, including wheels and stuff like that, which is amazing. But we're here to pick up a front bumper for the car, because obviously it's damaged. So there it is. Comes with complete kit. You'll see that later on. And yeah, they sell all sorts of stuff here, including wheels, nice wheels, all sorts. Here it is. This is the front bumper now. And we are in a 4 Series, and it is a little bit tight in here. How are you doing there, mate?
Living the dream, mate.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have brought the van.
Yeah,
the caddy.
yeah.
Yeah, what a shame.
That's what yours is going to sound like.
Yeah, that does sound nice, isn't it? Anyway, let's get back home and start with the car again. Let's go. Now that we've got all the parts that we need, we can finally start working on the car. But since everything that we bought is modified and was from another car, we expected something to go wrong. We've already run through our first problem here. So this is obviously a 5-inch downpipe, and this one is only what, 3-inch probably? The diameter. 3.5. Yeah. So on this one. And as you can see there, this hole is much bigger than this one. The exhaust actually sleeves over this. Now, my problem is, it seems like that exhaust will not fit over this, if I'm making any sense. But the thing is, we can actually try and see if this will sleeve over the actual exhaust. It's never easy with cars, is it?
A few minutes later.
Right, so we actually tried test fitting it to go over, and unfortunately it still doesn't fit. So now our plan of action is to give this a little slit over here so that we can open it up and then push it onto the exhaust. So fingers crossed that works. Upon testing the solution that I just mentioned, I realized something that may require less work, or C-clamp, whatever you want to call it, over that. And from the looks of it, it can just go over it. Look, just go over this. We just need to close this up, and I think we should be gold, fingers crossed. But it's just figuring out how to close that, so let's do it. To be honest, I'd call that a genius solution from Ricardo. Now we have to make the downpipe fit onto the midsection. A lot of you might be thinking, why fit a massive downpipe with a stock midsection? Well, this is just a temporary fix, as we will also be upgrading the midsection later on to ensure that the exhaust is flowing freely. Shout out to Ricky, follow his channel. If you need recoveries, follow him. Alright, here it is, look, this one. Now that we have clamped the downpipe on, it's actually time to put the turbo in. But there are a few things that we need to swap out, including all the coolant pipes and stuff like that from the old one onto the new one. And as you can see, Mr. Ricardo there is already on it. So what are you doing so far?
Just moving some coolant lines off the old turbo to the new turbo.
Okay.
And now I'm gonna try and get this one.
Yeah, go on, give it a good wiggle in. Go on.
Don't record this.
You're struggling there, mate.
Yeah, I don't want to break it.
This one actually looks cleaner than the other one.
Yeah,
though,
this one looks a lot better.
Because yeah, that one looks like it's been
through war.
Yeah. Go on, go on.
Oh, we're so close.
Say that again.
No.
There you go. Your missus calling you, mate.
Yeah, police.
Yeah, time to go home.
Police, mate.
Right, so everything is swapped out now. So all the pipes are off, the old pipes you can see there. Now it's time to put the big baby in. This is scary, man. This is scary. This is a very expensive part. And if I was to drop this, it's game over, mate. Oh, how did I take it out, Marston? It's from here. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm excited yet scared at the same time, you know that? Do you know why? Because they're not cheap. Oh.
The things we do for power.
The things I do for power, yeah. Spending so much money, yeah. That's correct, and fitting the performance mods may have been a mistake, but there is no going back now. So to fit it, all we had to do is to place the turbo onto the holder and to make sure that it lines up with the studs. Pretty straightforward, I would say.
Why?
It just makes my life a little bit more difficult.
No. Makes it easier because once you put it on and it's in the right position, you just got to tighten it up. Makes life a lot easier.
Yeah, I suppose.
2 weeks later.
Right, so we're running into a little bit of issue because as you can see, there is a little bit of a gap difference between the cat and the exhaust manifold. We might have to hammer the cat out a little bit so that we can get this to fit. Project cars, nothing goes right for sure. So here we are, hammering the catalytic converter back out just so we can close the gap between the downpipe and the turbo a little bit more. We struggled to put this in because it wasn't lining up properly, but we somehow managed to get it to close up, which is A+. And now all that's left for me to do is to put all of the oil line and the coolant line as well for the turbo. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna prime it. I'm either going to inject some oil in there or take the coil packs out and see if we can just crank it, get some oil pressure in there, get some oil in there. And fingers crossed we don't ruin this very expensive turbo. Right, turbo is in. Now the next thing that we have to do is the charge pipe and also the inlet. I don't even know if I'm gonna put the inlet or not. What do you think?
Do it.
Just to be safe, yeah?
Why not?
You know what? You're a little pussy, bro. What, you think it's gonna suck something in?
Yeah, you're nuts.
I have two big ones. I have two big ones.
Tiny little ball bearing balls.
There you go. I'm actually so excited to turn this on. Like really, really excited. But he's more excited, that's for sure. You're more excited, aren't you? I can totally relate. Now that the turbo and exhaust have mated, it's time to install the aftermarket charge pipe. This charge pipe will help hold all of that boost that we need to tune this car close to 700 brake horsepower. In addition to that, we will be needing it to support the methanol injection. Again, another mod that will help us reach our goal. That is us done with the turbo. Yes, as you can probably see, I've had to change my clothes because it's the following day. But it's all in there now and I am very, very excited to turn it on. But first, we have to tackle that high pressure fuel pump over there. So we've got Sport Performance FX 180 to go in there. So I believe that's a stage 2 or stage 3 high pressure fuel pump. But that should be enough to push us to 700 brake horsepower anyway. So this is our stock high pressure fuel pump here. And as you know, this is probably only going to be good for around 450 brake horsepower. And this is what we're going to be slapping on. So this is the FX180. So exciting things is about to come. So we're going to be installing that. And then after, we're going to put the whole front end, the headlight, the radiator, but we're going to leave this behind for the time being. Removing and fitting a new high pressure pump isn't so bad to do on the B58 platform, as it's literally just held by 2 H5 bolts and then the high pressure fuel rail. That being said, this is when things start to go south. There you go. So that is the high pressure fuel pump out. To be honest with you, it's not that difficult to take it out. It's just like removing the scuttle panel and all that stuff. It's the long piece, but apart from that, it's pretty straightforward. And I believe this high pressure fuel pump is only good for, I think it's like 0.45 cc per stroke or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, that's no good for what we want. So we upgraded it to the 180, which is, I believe it's 1.7 something. It injects 1.7 cc per stroke. So yeah, big difference, huge difference. Time to put that in, and hopefully I can find a fitting for it, because at the moment I don't have any of that. So let's get started. Removing the stock fuel pump was never the issue. Fitting the aftermarket, however, has been a huge setback for this build, as you will see here. So we are going to be on our way to pick up a wire for the high pressure fuel pump, because when I bought the high pressure fuel pump, unfortunately the adapter, I've forgotten it and it didn't come with it. So I'm gonna try and find a Ford connector, because believe it or not, this Sport Performance high pressure fuel pump, I believe it's the regulator on it, so the connector to it is actually a Ford connector. So we're gonna be making our way to one of our favorite breakers yard in Hemel Hempstead, pick up a long piece of wire about this long to connect onto the high pressure fuel pump. So catch you guys in a minute, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so this is the one from the scrap yard, and as you can see here, fits on the FX180 right there. I don't know if I can just show you, but oh, hello, there you go. Fits in there, fits in like a glove. That being said, 1 second. You good? I'm struggling. I'm strangling. Oh, it's locked in, bro. As you can see here, you can probably see it there. It says pin 1 and pin 2. Pin 1 and pin 2, you can see it here. And on the connectors as well, I think pin 1 is red. So we're going to be connecting pretty much this yellow and black onto pin 1. And then obviously the orange one is going to be on pin 2, which is on white wire. How do I know that? Look up on Haynes and it should be there. We can finally get this all connected back up. Man, it's been, I was stressing when I couldn't find it. I was like, it's never gonna happen, is it? But we are gonna do this. We're gonna do this. All right, let's go. To make this work, we had to chop off the original fuel pump connector and solder the one that came from the breaker's yard. After that, it's pretty much just fitting the aftermarket fuel pump back in, carefully torquing it to spec. Next is connecting the high pressure line, and this is the point when I almost gave up. Another huge setback. So a bit of a scuffle. Basically what's happening is we are struggling to put this in, because again, FX180 usually comes with this rail over here, so that the angle is modified for the exit of the fuel, and it seems like the OEM fuel line does not fit with this pump. So I guess we have to make one up for ourselves. Not make one up, but I'm probably gonna have to bend it. I can see it fitting, it's just in the wrong angle. So fingers crossed we can get this fitted. So look at this. Look at that. So it's just off angle a little bit. So if I was to fit this in, you can see that everything else fits. If it goes in, that is. There's that one. So that one goes in nice, no drama. This one goes in nice, no drama. But as you can see there, it's just off angle. Even if I was to bring it up, it's not going to work. That's not going to work. So I need to basically angle this pipe a little bit that way, bring it back up that way, so that we can get it to fit.
Eventually.
Right, so we have now got all of the meth kit, and also the most important thing It's this pipe for the high pressure fuel pump. You probably saw it. I was trying to budge my way through it, not working. So I finally got one from the car where that high pressure fuel pump came from. So fingers crossed, all works well and we can fit the high pressure fuel pump and also the meth kit today. We'll see. And as you can see here, to achieve 700 brakes, this is what you need. So all of the meth stuff, so you've got the tank, the pump, the filter, the controller, and also this little like spacer for the intake manifold. It's gonna be a long day. Let's get started. Hopefully we can get the car started and ready and out of the garage. Let's go. But first, I have to tackle something very big in the room, which is the intake manifold. We have to remove all of this stuff because we have a very long day. Honestly, putting a turbo in, and then we have to put this high pressure fuel pump, all the piping. We have to get started. Again, working on this platform is easy. All I had to do was to remove the scuttle panel, a few clips and connectors, and every bolt and nut. So pretty much an easy access. However, well, that was Peter. That was annoying. Like, this was difficult to remove, and obviously this was also difficult to remove. Is it just me? Or am I stupid? Or is it really difficult to just remove those? Anyone? I might be wrong, but you guys probably have a quicker way. But again, this is my first B58 build, so let me know if I'm being very inefficient with this thing. But yeah, next thing that I'm going to do is it's time to plonk in the meth stuff. So I don't even know how the tubing goes, but the owner of this, who had a crash damaged car, unfortunately, told me all of that stuff. He kindly labeled anyway, he kindly labeled all of the wiring and stuff like that, so I know ish where they go. So all that I've got to do pretty much is to put a wiring around the back, not wiring, a tubing around the back to go all the way to the manifold, to this piece over here. No, to this piece over here. And pretty much that's it, except I have to do all the wiring and stuff. So I'm so excited. Oh, this is not getting any better. As you can see right there, that fitting completely broke on that. God's sake. Man, one thing after the other. It's not getting any better, is it? Look at that. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me check the health of the rest. And I applied probably about 5 Newton meters of turning torque, and then this happened. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to renew all of that, because I know that if that meth was to stop, was to break inside a very hot engine, it is not gonna go well. It's just gonna catch on fire. So yeah, that needs renewing. I'm not having that.
3 weeks later.
Now, as you can see, everything is PTFE'd up. Obviously we're doing this just a preventative measure so that it doesn't leak in the engine bay. I'm proud of this job, you know. I feel like I'm a plumber now. Yes, now that we have done all the leak testing for this, and I can confidently say that it's not leaking, it's finally time to put the intake manifold back in with this in it as well. It is now late o'clock and I have just done installing, well, I say installing, but trying to get this to work, the methanol kit anyway, because you can see it here, this thing is not getting enough pressure and it's not even spraying. You can see right there. Oh my god, man. Yo, what is that? Nah, that needs to be at least 10 bar and I'm not getting... Oh, I don't know what to do. This is just next level annoying. Let's keep going, fault find and do some more I guess. Behind all the smile in this video is a very scared version of me. I am thousands of pounds into this project and 9 weeks spent rebuilding something that seemed to be a never-ending barrage of missing parts, parts breaking, and worse, a part that doesn't fit. The car still looks like a million miles away from getting sorted. Without any more time to spare, I just decided to put my head down and put everything back together. So everything clearly was just going so wrong. So unfortunately, I just had to focus and I want to show you guys the final product. Well, I say final product. What I have done. Everything is back together now, so here it goes. So obviously now that we've got the charge pipe is in now, and as you can see all the meth lines is all in as well. You can see the FX180 is back in, and then we have the high pressure fuel line as well. And on the previous clip that you saw, the fuel line was not fitting in, so the low pressure fuel line, the one that's coming from the pump all the way to the front, I have just got hydraulic people to make me a line which is all the way there and then runs around the back and then back into there. So I'll show you. You can see that the meth line is just under there. Now with all that though, with all that hard work and fails and stuff like that, it's obviously time to put the front end back in. But now my question is, does it start? Does it start after that fuel pump? John, does it start? Nah. We'll see. Well, we will see. We'll see. Let's try it, I guess. Yeah, Tommy's gonna jump. Alright, John, do the deed, bro. You ready? I told you! I told you! Oh no! One more? Go on, try again. Why is it not? Oh! Oh! That's saucy! That is saucy! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That is nice! Oh, listen to that! Give it a little brap, give it a little brap. Holy crap! Oh, I'm so happy about that. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I can't believe it. Right, well then, it's time to put the cosmetic stuff back in place, and then we're gonna get this out and get it tuned. So for now, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Please support us on this because it's gone so expensive and so wrong. Please subscribe, please, and like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you very much for watching and see you on the next one. Peace.